Hi FlossTube! It is Monday the 30th of May. Holy crap, May just kind of flew by. I have an incredibly quick, short and sweet, to the point update for you today because really there's not much to say. First I will update you guys on the state of what was supposed to be a wonderful deal of a floss coming from China. I'm not happy. I had to escalate my complaint with them because the shop kept telling me to go and contact my local post office about this when the tracking hasn't even moved since April 13th, and that's when it left China, and nothing since. So in my eyes, this is a lost package, and they have a very specific 60-day guarantee on their website. And once the 60 days were up, I disputed it, and then this guy is trying to give me the runaround saying, oh, just wait some more time, and I'm like, I'm not waiting anymore. I'm going to escalate it. Of course, as soon as I escalated it, there was a message that popped up saying that in certain countries, they might allow an extra 20 days to allow to see if the merchandise shows up, and Canada was one of those, so I might still have to wait a little while, but it's already been, it's already been past the 60 days of shipping, so another 2-3 weeks, and if it doesn't show up, I'll probably get my money back, but man, ugh. So definitely, even if I do get the threads, I'll definitely test them out and see what the quality is, but I will not be buying from that seller again on AliExpress because definitely not worth it. Actually, if I'm going to be doing an official review, which is basically what this has been, yeah, it's factory-sale, and they do a bunch of different bundles, and they'll bundle the different numbers of I think it goes like 25, 50, 100, 150, 200, 300, and I think a full set of DMC, and they also include needles with it, and you get to choose the size of your needles, and it was a great deal. It's one of the better deals on there, but unfortunately their customer service sucks because not only is it been taking this long, it took almost 2 weeks for them to actually just ship it, and that's not cool in this day. I know it's coming from China. Anyway, whatever, it is what it is. They will arrive or they won't arrive. So basically, Dragon Rider has become a non-starter, and I'm really sad because I was really looking forward to starting my first BAP. But that's okay, because I have someone to keep me company in the meantime, and I'm really happy I started her. So this is Delilah. I've named her Delilah. I don't know if I've told you guys this before, of course. She's now stuck in her project box. Okay. So this is Delilah. Pretty Delilah. Yay, she's got a face. Look at her face. Where is her face? Here. Look at it. I love her little nose with all those fractionals. There's fractionals that just like mad in her face. And, just little nose. But there's like 5 different color yellows in that face. Not to mention all the other colors around. So what I ended up doing when I finished the wing, I came up here and I did this part. And the face was just kind of hanging there, and I'm like, oh, the chest part here on the inner part of the neck is also the same colors that's in the face. And so what I was going to do was I was going to build this up and then do the face then, but then I realized that the face was kind of hanging in midair. Even if I came up and did all the yellow, I would want to do the yellow at the same time and do the face at the same time as doing this. Anyway, I have this, I don't know how many other stitchers are like this, but I map out my stitching to be the most effective I can at, cutting down the color changes, that kind of thing. And I like to just that's why I usually do just one color and complete it, and then, but this one has been tricky with the even weave. Ow, and the linen. Shoot, I'm just messing everything up today. Hold on. It's falling apart. Look at this. Okay, wonderful. Yes, today has been, I was up at 6:30 this morning. Don't ask me why I was up at 6:30 this morning. It's been getting very hot here, and I think that's part of the reason. I have AC now set up since this weekend. My boyfriend was awesome and set it up for me, or helped me set it up, and so it's been better, but I had to turn it off to do this video because it's right there. So let me move this over. Like I was saying, I like to plan out my stitches so to minimize color changes. But I also, on even weave, don't like counting too far because I'm afraid to mess up the counting by one stitch, by one hole, so everything's like offset and I wouldn't even be able to fudge it. It would be just wrecked. So I've been very careful to stitch off of what I've been stitching, and I have not made any significant frogging issues so far. I think I maybe had to frog less than 10 stitches so far in this whole thing, which is pretty impressive for me. So when I came up here with the green, I was going to continue and bring up here the yellows, and then I was going to do this yellow face at the same time. So each color yellow, I would do the yellow here and then move into the face and do the little bit, because there's only a little, it may seem like a big area, but there's 5 different color yellows, so each yellow had just a few stitches. But it was off. There was no real way to count off because I had finished here where this green, or this kind of turquoisey green is. I'd cut it off here. So I'm like, well, if I can just put in these horns, that'll tell me where this one goes and I'll be able to count off that. And then I'm like, I just really kind of want to see your face. So I threw all that planning out the fucking window and I spent the freaking enormous amounts of time doing the color changes in her face. So it's 5 shades of yellow, black, 3 shades of purple, 3 shades of olive, 3 shades of pink, 4 shades of brown, and there's still this really dark, there's right here, this is going to be a really dark turquoise that I just haven't put in yet because it was only a little bit. And that's why that took me nearly, gosh, over a week to complete, because I just couldn't work on it because I hate color changes. So it's still not done. If you'll notice, there's a hole in her eye for like 3 fractional stitches and a full stitch, and it's metallic. It's the metallic purple that goes in her, so I can't even finish her face off, because I was going to do it because there's nothing else around. I was going to do the back stitching and then have a really pretty face to look at while I stitch the rest of my project. But I can't do the back stitching because I do not have the krennic needed for her yet. So I'm working on the brown now because I left this brown here to last, because I'm doing the same thing I was just saying. So I'm doing the brown colors in here first, and then I'm doing the brown, because the same brown colors copy over into the wings. So I'm just doing what that needed to. And yes, I know I just said I don't like counting, and here this is all floating off in the middle, and who knows, it's not right. But no, this was counted. When I counted it out, I must have counted it at least 6 times to guarantee it was going to the right place. And I think I picked here to count off, or up here to count off. Anyway, one of these two was this line I started with, and then the other things I built off this line because it's a reference. And if I screwed up, then that's my fault for going against the grain, and I will surely beat myself up over that. But as it stands right now, everything looks good, and I've double counted it where it's met up in other places, and it seems to line up, so I'm happy. She is coming along fantastically. She's a lot bigger than I thought she was going to be. She's pretty huge. I'm really hoping I have enough because the moon still comes out quite a bit here. So it's just going to take some repositioning. I had to reposition her down here closer to the bottom to work on this, because otherwise I had her all the way up here, and working on this part of the frame is difficult for me. I've tried putting my so I usually stitch like this. Hey, I could do vlogs like this. This is how I usually stitch. So really my range of motion is right here. If I have to reach over here, it gets very uncomfortable. Here it's not so bad, but this is my optimum. Even over here is a little difficult, because this is where I'm holding on to it. It doesn't really sit in my lap too well, because I have, big girl's lap, so there's stuff there already. And so I usually just hold on like this, which I guess kind of defeats the point, but sometimes it rests on the table. I have a coffee table in front of me, and then I can stitch like that, or I put it right in front of me like this, and I rest it on the coffee table, and I stitch like that. But that's my range of motion. Now, I have tried doing the other hand in the back, but this hand, it kinks funny, and it does not work. So I do that, this one in the back, this one in the front, and that's how I work. Well, so she's coming along very, 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 very well. I really hope I don't finish her too soon, and then I'm not able to finish her with all the metallics, because that would suck. But yes, and yes, the fabric sets her off so much. I love it. And slowly by slowly, the faces are getting, covered. It's okay. They're not, I was talking about the haunted. They can't be bad ghosts if they are haunting this fabric, because this thing is just going so well. Anyway, that was a little cheesy, but I'm gonna leave it in anyway, because I'm feeling a little cheesy today. Did I tell you my boyfriend got a job? Holy shit! I am so proud of him. He took a job that he wasn't really happy with, but it was the first job offer he's had in over 9 months. So he kind of sucked it up, and he's doing what he has to do, and I think he's awesome for that. And I'm sure he's going to excel, because he does. If he gets into things, he'll do good. I know. That got weird. I'm in a weird place right now. My feelings and thoughts are all over the place, and I guess that's why I haven't done a video in like 2 weeks. I've just been kind of, I don't know, not unsettled, but just there wasn't much to talk about, because I only really have the one whip I'm working on right now. I have no fucking money for haul at all. Haha, I'm a poet. And so yeah. So that's it, guys. 13 minutes. Holy cow, this is going to be a short video. But that's okay. Hopefully, sometime soon, I will have... I'm still hoping that those Chinese threads show up so I can actually start Dragon Rider. Because if I can actually start Dragon Rider, I would probably split time between Dragon Rider and this one. Just because I'm sure Dragon Rider is going to take a lot to get used to. Anyway, that is it. And I hope you guys all have a fantastic Stitchy week. And I will see you next time. Bye.